2K Sports presents Thursday night of the NBA. Moments away, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the San Antonio Spurs. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And giving us the rundown from the sideline, David Aldridge. And I'm assuming, Greg, that maintaining those energy levels can be more difficult in the second game of a back-to-back.
Fatigue could play a factor as this game goes on, but that's no excuse. Back-to-backs are a part of this league. You better be in good enough shape to handle it.
Here's Bowen. Here's Duncan. And his first shot of the game, no good. Puts up a deep three. Kept alive. Alford, and off the glass. That one's good. Alford's got his team on the board to start the game for the 76ers. Parker looking over the floor. Pass to Bowen. Jackson against Iverson. Duncan with the screen for Jackson. And he connects with the jumper.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Sinks the triple.
No questioning Iverson's skill for moving the ball. A guy this open is an easy down for him.
Parker against Johnson. It's Parker with the drive. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Parker. Duncan, the pass to Jackson. Robinson sets a screen for Jackson. Second shot opportunity, and Robinson with the layup.
I mean, just throwing himself on the offensive glass. Robinson knows he has the size and length to capitalize there.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Boy, he is fundamentally sound. Tough cover.
Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Parker. Johnson with the rebound.
No such thing as an easy bucket most of the time in the NBA, but I'm surprised he missed that.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Here's Parker. Alford with the rebound.
Relatively open from mid-range. You'd like to see that one go down.
And it's Barber missing. Spurs trail by 7. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
I caught up with Coach Larry Brown. My conversation with Coach about Tim Duncan was pretty straightforward. We talked about what they need to do to make him a non-factor, and he said, I think our biggest hope is that he didn't get on the bus and get to the arena today. It's a possibility, but not a likelihood. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, David, thanks. It's Jackson with the drive. Down low. Here's Robinson, and it's Robinson with the jam.
And the Admiral, David Robinson, a big-time threat to dunk it down. Can't give this 7'1" center any room down low.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, they're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs. Robinson's checked in for Philadelphia. Edwards comes in for Williams. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Rose, he's checked in for Robinson. Van Horn comes in for Bowen. Ginobili, he's checked in for Jackson. And Steve Kerr is subbed in for Parker. Now here's Duncan. Still yet to score.
Duncan is not messing around when he's in this deep. All business. Very assertive and effective.
And Larry Brown wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Barber's check in for Robinson. from deep three-point territory. He got it!
Man, oh man, oh what a shot!
What range!
What a shot!
My goodness.
Pass to Rose. Here's Van Horn. Edwards defending. That one is good from Van Horn.
You got to keep your feet moving down low, and that time he did just that.
The 76ers leading by 10. Got that one up quick. Barber's got 8 points.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Good on the triple. He's got 11.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Ginobili. His last outing, he had 8 points. Driving to the basket. And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And the Spurs with possession. Philadelphia able to drain the three. Good work there as it goes.
Excellent trip down the floor, ending with a nice look.
So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Boston Celtics. Iverson, no luck.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Alford, that's good, and Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Can't be indecisive on those quick jumpers. Let it fly.
Johnson against Kerr. They get a hand on it and taken away by Johnson over Ginobili. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 8 points for Johnson. And so it's Philadelphia closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll return shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the 76ers.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Wow, filling it up in a hurry.
Spurs shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Parker passes to Van Horn. Smith kicks to Ginobili. Pass to Van Horn. And he makes good on the layup. Van Horn's got 6.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Really left alone that time.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too, as a matter of fact. I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And the shot goes in.
And such a valuable, high-percentage shot, and he does a great job of taking advantage.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. The sweep is over 2. And that's now 24 points for Smooth.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
I wasn't quite sure if he'd be able to maintain that same level of play. I had my doubts coming into this game, but consider my doubts disappeared.
Spurs have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Parker passes to Van Horn. And here is Ginobili. Here's Van Horn. 8 points his last outing.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And Larry Brown wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Duncan, he's checked in for Smith. Well, with the Lakers, Greg, winning 3 consecutive titles, do you think they can keep that streak going?
Only if Kobe and Shaq decide to stick together. If they can keep that duo intact, the Lakers could have a lot more titles in front of them.
Offensive rebound. Here's Williams. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Parker kicks to Ginobili. Pass to Duncan. Now here's Parker. Floats it up for Rose. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Nice flow to that sequence, moving the ball really well.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Trains the three-pointer.
And it's encouraging seeing Iverson just bury the 3-ball. When he's got that shot going, he is basically unguardable.
Here's Van Horn. He's got 10. Duncan right side. San Antonio making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Here's Parker. Five on the clock. Out to Smith. From deep. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Philadelphia's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter.
Oh, love his mindset. Go to the basket. Be aggressive.
Here's Parker. It's Ginobili on the wing. No good from outside. For Philadelphia, they've gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Now the 76ers on the break for 3. Edwards. Good. And it's Iverson who picks up the assist. Iverson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Now here's Duncan. Looking to end the run, and Duncan throws it down hard.
Punishing the rim, and maybe some feelings with that one.
Williams kicks to Edwards. San Antonio with the rebound. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road trip. Robinson with the block. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Some changes for Philadelphia. Alford's checked in for Barber. And it's Johnson in for Edwards. San Antonio also making some changes. Robinson's checked in for Smith. Jackson comes in for Ginobili. And Bowen subbed in for Tony Parker. Now here's Duncan. Stripped it away. And now Philadelphia on the break. Knocks down the 3-ball. Williams has got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the 76ers. Here's Bowen. No scoring in this one. Outside Jackson. Robinson a screen on Iverson. Here's Jackson. Excellent D that time from Robinson. And the 76ers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
And you know what? We'll see what changes he makes coming out of this timeout.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Edwards comes in for Alford, and it's Barber in for Williams. Jackson's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. Now Johnson. He's got 8. Pass to Robinson. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Robinson's got his first bucket in this one.
And if you want to score in the NBA, it's not easy. You have to make those tough contested shots like that one.
Here's Jackson. Duncan right side. And Duncan throws it down hard.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Nothing surprising about that, guys. We've come to expect plays like that from him, and still, they never get old.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know, that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
You can't make brain-neutral mistakes like that. I mean, he may get an earful later.
And Philadelphia has possession. Pass to Barber. Shoots the 3. The 76ers another 3.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
And so it's Philadelphia with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What a game we're seeing from Smooth.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. You talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here's Iverson outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Boy, a guy like Iverson can really wear out a defense. He's just so quick and can pull up in seconds and get by you in seconds. He just makes it hard to deal with.
Good on the shot. And here are the 76ers now. Next step for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
You know, I mean, heck, Iverson just out there doing what he does best, scoring the rock. And the defense hasn't had much of an answer, pun intended.
Jackson against Iverson. Crafty move. Jackson gets the bucket. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. And the shot is good from Johnson.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Parker passes to Bowen. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Barber. Good. And it's Iverson who picks up the assist. Iverson's got 6 assists here tonight.
Yeah, he's like a one-man band out there, dialed in and on the attack.
Here's Parker. The shot from 20 feet away. Jackson misses. 76ers have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Double team on Parker, taken away by Williams. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Bowen the pass to Robinson. And finished off by Robinson.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Here's Barber. A three-pointer is right on target. Barber's got 39.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Here's Robinson. Here's Duncan. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Duncan's got 8.
Well, you know, Duncan's too big and talented not to put a body on him. He's always lurking around looking for offensive boards.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and one foot.
San Antonio's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. It's tipped.
And when it comes to rim protection, that's picture perfect.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Jackson, he's checked in for Alford. Bryant comes in for Williams. And it's Edwards in for Iverson. Then for the Spurs, Rose, he's checked in for Robinson. Van Horn comes in for Bowen. And Ginobili subbed in for Steven Jackson. Here's Van Horn, defended by Bryant, and it's blocked.
You gotta go up stronger than that, or he's gonna turn you away.
Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Count that one. Jackson's got his first basket of the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
And I love the fact they kept the pressure on, really pushing that ball, running it up the floor. I love seeing that. A team staying aggressive even when they're playing well.
Ginobili, that's for 2. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Philadelphia's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting.
That's clearly a recent trend. Big guys who can shoot it from distance.
Pass to Duncan. And here is Parker. With the fadeaway. He's 4 for 6 from the field with that miss. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Terrific follow-up that time, working hard to preserve the possession.
Here's Van Horn, defended by Bryant. Here's Duncan. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Count that one. Edwards got his second basket of the night.
Worked that one inside nicely.
Pass to Van Horn. Here's Duncan. That's tipped. Now Johnson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Johnson's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. This has been a one-sided matchup, and I don't see any signs of it lessening. And we'll be right back after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And San Antonio shooting in this game 45%. In the corner, it's Ginobili. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last. Singleton, he's checked in for the 76ers. And Philadelphia calls time here. And something we've seen the last couple years, more and more overseas players, Greg, making their mark in the NBA.
Yeah, Dirk led the way a few years back, and having a big star like Yao Ming come into the league, the NBA might explode in overseas talent.
Johnson for three. It's good for the seventh time this game. He shot 7. He has made 7.
Oh, great job on the assist, scanning the floor and finding that open look.
Parker passes to Smith. Here's Van Horn. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got his 4th assist in this one. And here is Johnson. Bryant outside to the middle. Here's Barber, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage.
Fellas, that's exactly why they look to get him the ball around the rim. I mean, it's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Van Horn, no good.
Hey, it was a good look, one he normally capitalizes on.
To the paint. And that one's good. Barber's got 48.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
Van Horn buries the long-range jumper.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Smith. In May 2002, Greg, David Robinson announced this would be his last season in the NBA. And you and I know, agree on this. What a classy guy.
I mean, he's won the MVP, an NBA champion, a Defensive Player of the Year. But the hardware that defines the Admiral, winning the NBA Sportsmanship Award.
6 on the shot clock. Duncan with the screen for Parker. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Duncan with the bucket.
And Duncan just superb when he gets in close to the basket. Has a number of moves to choose from, and that soft, delicate touch near the rim.
And he's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And that's 12 points for Tim Duncan.
Duncan with that innate ability to shoot the basketball.
A nice shot by Dixon.
And just no excuse, guys, for leaving a shooter like him open beyond the arc.
Parker dishes to Rose. Pass to Ginobili. Spurs working the ball around now. Nobody near Parker. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
It's good.
How frustrating for the defense. You get the stop, but then fail to block out.
Well, you know, that's the way it's going to be for them today, fellas. Can't sustain any momentum.
And the layup is good. Parker's got 5 points now this quarter.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And the NBA, Clark, is seeing its pace drop the last handful of years. Teams simply aren't pushing the tempo.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, defense still remains king at the moment. The NBA goes through phases. Whatever is successful is what everybody else tries to copy. At some point, though, I do think run and gun, up and down, fast tempo basketball will return.
And that one's good. Barber.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
The kick out to Rose. Floats one up, and it's sent back by Bryant. Stolen by Duncan. Here's Van Horn. He's guarded by Johnson. A nice shot by Van Horn.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the 76ers.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Smooth.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
It's Parker with the drive. Here's Duncan. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker.
You set him up, Tim Duncan will knock him down.
Good, that's another bucket.
I can't believe I'm saying this. He's now second in 60-point games all time.
Tapping into his full arsenal, night in and night out. It's Ginobili on the wing. Pass to Duncan. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Parker passes to Duncan. And the dunk by Duncan.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
20 feet out. And another one falls. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.